So when you look around, it seems like there's always some new story about how people are robbing, cheating, stealing, lying, and defrauding other people out of their money. The Federal Trade Commission says 1 in 10 Americans will be scammed every year. So today I'd like to share with you my 8 reasons why people loan us money to buy real estate. I'm going to share with you my tips and secrets, how we've raised millions of dollars over the years to buy houses, right? The best thing about these strategies, you don't have to go talk to the banks. Get down and begging and praying for loans to be approved. Let's do it. Greetings, class. It's Chris Haskins with therealestateroundup.com. My mission and ministry is to raise your financial literacy through real estate investing and entrepreneurship. Today, we're going to go over my 8 tips and secrets how we have raised millions of dollars over the years to buy and sell real estate. It's kept us in business through the crashes, through the ups and downs, left, right, forward, backwards, and even sideways when the banks decide not to loan to people. I don't want you to have to go out there, get on your knees, beg banks for loans. Oh, please approve my loan. How much is the down payment? Oh, I don't have 20%. How is it? Could you do 10%? I don't want you to live in that world. And if you learn how to deploy these strategies here, you can implement them as well. This training here today is not about credit. These lenders don't even give a crap about your credit score. I've not one time been asked, Chris, what's your credit score? They don't even care. They don't think about credit. They don't even want you to turn in your tax returns. They're not going to ask you for a profit and loss. They're not going to look at your income statements, your bank statements, none of that stuff. All the loans and the investors we get are from private lenders, okay? And private lenders, who are they? They are ordinary people that will loan you money to buy and sell real estate. They're everywhere. Think about it. How many trillions of dollars has the American government pumped into our system? There is way more capital in the system right now than there's ever going to be houses that you could buy. We are locked and loaded with our investors ready to go when houses come down the pipeline. I can be a little bit more selective when I look at houses now. Why? Because I've got so much capital right there. Take a look at this, y'all. The Federal Trade Commission and LegalJobs.io says imposters scams accounted for $488 million in losses in 2019. In the U.S., 1 in 10 adults will fall victim to a scam or fraud every year, and 1 in 10 profiles on free dating sites is a scam. I feel bad for my single people out there. You don't even know if you're reading a real catfish. You don't know if it's a real human. Do they like men? Do they like women? Are they bi? You have no idea what you're running into with this internet stuff, right? AARP says overall fraud losses were more than $1.9 billion last year. That's up from $1.48 billion in 2018. That's a 28% jump. And the top 10 locations for complaints was Washington, D.C., Nevada, Florida, Delaware, Maryland, Georgia, Arizona, Oregon, Colorado, and Virginia. So if you're in those states, fraud is even higher. And now, what makes this so sweet for you and I? What makes this so good is because my mentor, Greg Penio, says, I think his mentor, A.B. Label, told him, when you pour milk in a glass and you start whipping it, it's inevitable that the cream is going to rise to the top. So just think about when you have a big bucket full of black balls, right, or black tennis balls. How easy would it be to spot if I asked you to go in there and spot the red tennis ball? Well, you could see it very easily. Look through it, boom, right there. That's the reason all these numbers and all this scam and fraud going on, that Enron craziness years ago, that makes it easier for you and I to rise to the top by doing what we say we're going to do, by using and deploying these strategies here, okay? First thing is going to be, number 1, your credibility and your believability. How credible are you? Do you do what you say you're going to do? If you've never done a deal yet, I know a lot of you might be newbies to this business, right? I don't like to try to convince people. That's not in my DNA. I don't want to convince you. You have to be attracted to what we're doing. And how do I become believable and have credibility? Greg Penio, once again, taught me this. Don't leave an interaction or interface with somebody on a professional level without getting a referral, a reference, right? And I remember I used to drive around with these in my car. Look at this, y'all. I've got just dozens of references that people have written about me, for me. And all they say is, we love Chris. He does what he says he's going to do. Now I bought my house, and you don't have to necessarily have these from sellers. A lot of these are from sellers. These are from friends, business professionals, my family members. Even if you've never bought a house, you could still get a friend or a family member to write a referral about you. Kris, he does what he said he's going to do. He arrives on time. He's a family man. I've been knowing him X amount of years. He's always been career driven. Little things like that go a long way. So your credibility, even if you've never done a deal, just get your friends and family and your business associates to write a referral for you. You can even write it for them. Just have them sign the bottom. That way you're showing up. See, I don't like showing up by myself to places. I like showing up with these referrals. I got people right next to me like, boom, you don't know who I am? Boom. Well, let me tell you who I am. Boom, right here. This guy says Kris is great. This other guy says Kris can do, he does what he says. He showed up with the money, quick, fast closing. He did exactly what he said he was going to do. I'm telling you, round up referrals. And now we have the internet. You can have video referrals, right? So if you're meeting somebody new and you want to be credible and believable, show up with some referrals. And if you don't have any referrals, get some on the internet. Do some videos so people can see who you are. They want to know who the heck you are. Create a digital footprint. We can go expand on this a lot, but you can use your imagination. Have other people speaking on your behalf, an advocate for you, right? Number 2 reason people loan us money with no problems. Security. What does that necessarily mean? AKA have a backup plan. Right? Whenever I borrow money from a lender, I never borrow over 60 to 70% of what the property is worth, right? We want to make sure that when we take money from people, if something happens to Kris, they can still get their money back, right? And even if something doesn't happen to me, they can still get their money back. So they have security. If they need to take the house back, they can foreclose, liquidate the property and get their money. If the house burns down, we have insurance that will pay them off instantly, right? They're the one that's on the insurance policy. If I get taken out of the equation, something happens to me, I get sick, or God forbid, I get struck by lightning, I get hit by a bus, we have people and processes in place that will finish the renovation and sell the property, right? So you don't have to have everything worried about me showing up. Security, buy below market value, have insurance, have people and processes in place if something happens to you, right? So you can explain all that to your lenders. But let me show you further what we do on security. So what I did, I'm telling you what I did. I had this philosophy in my mind when I was coming up. I'm like, God, if I ever have the opportunity to have private investors loan me money to buy and sell houses, I would treat their money with the utmost respect. I would have the most integrity. I would pay them back on time. I would pay them more than what they asked for. And I would make sure that they get their money back every time we do a deal. I'm telling you, man, I live by that. Because I remember back coming up through the ranks, 2004, 5, 6, 7. I'm like, dear God, I don't know how I'm going to do this. How am I going to put this together? How am I going to get the money? I had a lender that would loan me 80%, but I needed another 20 to keep doing deals because I only had my capital was limited at that time. So if I had the bank to loan me 80 and I brought 20, I could only do one deal at a time. So I'm like, I need to find some people with 20%, 20, 20, 20. So I'm like, you know what? If I ever get somebody to believe in me, I'm going to make sure that I take care of them better than I would take care of my own money, right? I take care of their money better than my own. If you keep that mentality, people will always loan you money, all right? So security, what I did was I paid off my rental properties right down here. These rental properties that are at zero. I went to some of my private investors and just ordinary people. I'm like, look, I've shown the universe and the marketplace that I can manage money. When you pay your real estate off, you're proving to yourself and to the universe that you know how to manage money, right? Because remember, earning money is only one of the 5 rules of gold, according to Richest Man in Babylon. Paid off my houses, so I went to get private lines of credit with my lenders. So I said, look, I need $80,000. Would you mind if we just put a lien against this house? You give me the money. I can go over here and buy and sell as many houses as I want with that 80. This way, I don't have to continue to pay transactional fees, recording liens, deeds of trust, promissory notes every time I bought a house. So I just keep that lien right here, and they just loan me the money when I need it. Boom, 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 boom. I'm giving them security on my rental property as well as on the house I'm flipping. They are completely secured. They're happy. They are. I'm giving money. I'm like, look, I don't want your money. I don't even want it. We have way more capital ready to buy houses. We can cherry pick houses right now, and I want the same for you. Number 3, bankable. Are you bankable? Are you bankable? Have you proven that you know how to make money? Have you proven that you have some reserves if something blows up or something happened, that you can step in and do it, and that you can finish the job? My friend Joe Alt, he was actually highlighted in The Millionaire Real Estate Investor. The man told me when he was negotiating with sellers, he would always tell them, listen, when he had competition, he would say, look, would you rather sell your house to that guy or sell it to me? I'm one of the millionaire real estate investors. I've got $1 million in the bank. If something goes bad, I could just pay this house off, right? I can do the deal out of my own money. So being bankable, when you show people you know how to make money, it's amazing. You get attracted to other people with money. And they hear about it. They say, man, who you rolling with? You rolling with Chris? Oh, man, you're going to make money. You rolling with who? You rolling with who? Then you're going to make money. Being bankable. Let the marketplace know that you know how to earn money. You're an earner, right? How do you do that? By trying to do deals. All right, number 4, your presentation. Your presentation, round up. Please do not sit in front of somebody that's going to loan you $100,000 and just use the power of words. Now, words are massively powerful. However, it's always better to have something in writing when you're going to meet with these people. I cannot tell you, when I sit down with Mrs. Pa or Mr. Pa or Mrs. Ma, Ms. Smith, this is what we're doing. Nice to meet you. Listen, how does private mortgage lending work? Well, boom, 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 boom. And the next step was, this is how we do it. The first thing is this, boom, boom, boom. Round up. When you have a presentation, I cannot tell you how more believable you are and credible. They know you took time. You took time out of your day to put together a 30-page presentation for them so that they can do business with you. What's going to happen to the other Joe Schmoes that's trying to get money from them? They don't have a presentation. Just like that milk, spinning around. Just think about that milk. That cream, it's rising to the top, and you're rising right along with it. So the private money presentation, you got to have some type of presentation. So I put the link in the video description. It's right below if you want to download mine. You can also get my deed of trust and promissory note, which will help push you to success in your business. Now, my presentation has how we do business, before and after pictures, different stories of how you can set up little stories on your background, how do we conduct business? So you can just take my name off of it and put yours in. You got to have a presentation when you're meeting people to loan you money. I can't tell you how much it's worked for me. Number 5 is going to be integrity. Integrity. I remember one time we sold a property and one of my lenders, he messed up on his payoff. It was $3,000 short. I'm like, man, this isn't right. Something's not right about it. I got too much money. So I looked at his payoff. It was $3,000. So I gave him a call. He was like, hey, Steph, it looks like your payoff is $3,000 short. He goes, well, Chris, let me call you back. About an hour later, he calls me back. He says, Chris, you know what? You're right. I'm $3,000 short. Quickly mailed him a check. Round up. Integrity. Doing the right thing, whether it's in benefiting you or not. Doing the right thing. You cannot bend when it comes to integrity. It is going to push you. It's going to pull you to success. If you just do what you say you're going to do and do right by people, it is inevitable that you will become successful. So integrity goes a long way. A lot of people don't have it. What would most people do? Well, not most people. Well, what would some people do with that $3,000 if they got it? You know, I'm keeping this $3. I'm good. No. We don't do that. If I owe you $3,000, I'm going to pay it to you. That's how we do business. And if you do it like that, you will win. Okay, number 6, being likable. Being likable. When I did an interview with Patrick Bet-David, the man, it's just amazing when he says, you know what, I remember you were just so likable. I saw one of your interviews. I like this guy. I just want to be around this guy, talk to this guy. Being likable. Napoleon Hill says a pleasing personality is one of the traits of all successful people. You can't just be an a-hole coming in there presuming that these people owe you something, the people that you're borrowing money from. They don't owe you anything. Now, yes, your posture is important. You want to present an opportunity to them. You're not begging. But being an a-hole and being sarcastic and being uppity is not going to attract people to you, right? So being likable, how do we do that? We have empathy. We're concerned for their position, their posture. We're compassionate for them, and we have humility for them, right? We want to let them know, like, listen, I understand where you're at. You've got some money. You want to get a reasonable rate of return. Well, this is what we do. I understand. Believe me, I understand. Understanding other people has brought me a long way, and it will do the same for you too. Likable. Be likable. Don't act like you're better than people when you sit down with them. Just because they have the capital, you have the opportunity. You don't want them to think that you don't want them to think that you think you're better. Like, no, I'm the big bad business investor. You need me. No. You won't last with that one. You won't last with that one. Number 7, confidence. Confidence. I remember when I went to see UPW, Unleash the Power Within with Tony Robbins, he talked about state. Every time before I do a video, I have to get into a state. This state is what draws you in. It keeps you here listening to what we have to say. The state, confidence. For some reason, people are so attracted to confidence. I wasn't able to get a beautiful wife until I was confident with myself. When they're going to talk to you, excuse me, miss, we might have to talk to you for a minute. You have to be confident. The ladies, I already know. The ladies do not like a man that's not confident. Something about it, they can sense it. The pheromones coming out. They know. You ain't got no confidence, you ain't gonna have no lady. As soon as you get your confidence up, things will get attracted to you. People love a man or a female that has confidence. I know I do. I want my wife to be confident when she walks out of the door to handle her business and with our family, right? And with our affairs and all that stuff. So confidence. Have some confidence. Even if you've never done a house, still be confident about this is what I will do. This is what I will do. You don't have to have done 100 houses. You just have to have that vision. Have the vision of what you want to do, and confidence will help you with that. If you have low confidence, start hanging out with other people that have it. They can bring you up. We'll bring you up. So keep watching this channel. Reliable. Are you reliable? Number 8. Are you reliable? Do you do what you say you're going to do? Oh, my Lord, this is so big. This is so do you show up? My thing now is like show up on time. I can rely on Chris. I know he's going to be here. If I'm not on time, I'm picking up the phone and I'm going to let you know, hey, I'm going to be a few minutes late. Are you reliable? If I say I'm mailing you the check, if we're going to be closing on this house today, if the contract is going to show up at 5 o'clock or 8 o'clock in the morning, that's what will happen. Reliable. Can I rely on you to, even if this job blows up, that you'll be able to finish it, Chris? We bring jobs to finish. We bring the job to the end, right? That's all the lender wants to know. Can you get jobs completed? Now, this especially goes for hard money lenders, which we're not talking about today. But hard money lenders will loan you money based on you being able to finish the job. Is Chris a job finisher, or does he have houses out there that are 80% done? He did that one 75% done. He wasn't able to finish that one. Round up, you have to be known as a job finisher, right? How do you do that? You got to be reliable. Even if things go bad, if you're bankable, you can find a way to raise some extra money to finish that job. To round up, these are the 8 things. I promise you, round up, if you just focus on these 8, you can raise all the money you'll ever need to buy as many houses as you want, just like we did. We have capital in reserves ready to deploy at any time. I love being picky. You know, I can't stand, I remember being younger, I would take marginal deals. Like, I might make 10,000, but 15,000. No. I'm done with that. We are cherry picking deals now because I don't need to buy every house. We have the capital set aside to pounce when it's time. So listen, round up, if I helped you at all, make sure you hit that like button. Smash the subscribe button as well. We are passing 80,000 subscribers. Thanks to you. This has been an unbelievable ride, Roundup. Unbelievable. And look out for my boy Mike Fritz next week. He's going to be doing his multifamily challenge. It's going to be real cool. A link for that will be in the video description as well. No charge to you. Whole bunch of references in the video description that's going to help you in your business, your real estate business. All right. Share with any other investor that's thinking about getting in the real estate business, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.